Alright fellas, today we're gonna be making a beat for VODA FUJI.
Light green, bells blow. I don't fear a thing, but I need you.
You know what I mean? One of those MIMOFR kind of vibes where it's super ambient and you're like, you know, you're a wizard on a rocket ship type. Let's get right into it. I'm gonna show you how to make the melody, the chords. Let's get right into it. And by the way, fellas, I'm streaming every Wednesdays, listening to your music, and Thursdays and Fridays I'm cooking up live. Check the notifications and make sure your bell is enabled. Let's get into making this beat. So what I noticed from most of his songs is they're around like 140 to 160 BPM. For this one, let's do 154. And to start, let's go into high. So a lot of his melodies are super ambient, kind of like drone sounding, you know what I mean? So it's kind of just like weird ARP drone effects sounds for the melodies. We just need something ambient and just kind of like droney, you know? Kind of like the fake making video we did.
Okay.
Ooh! We just take this and just one note it. Now that we have this, let's start working on our drums. And for the drums, I'm going to be using our free 20K kit, which if you guys want all these sounds here that I'm going to be using, links to be in the description. It's absolutely free. Go get it. So let's start with a hi-hat. Yeah, let's get a snare. Now let's get an 808, and I'm gonna grab this low-key one, super ambient. You want to use like a weird kind of ambient 808, and this one's perfect. It's in our 20K kit, absolutely free. So if you guys want it, links gonna be in the description. Anyway, let's work on the 808, and the 808 is the most important thing in this kind of beat. So let's do the pattern. Hell yeah. If you guys heard the song Catharsis, this is the same 808 pattern. I'm definitely gonna change that this drone sucks ass, so I'm gonna change out the sound here, or maybe I'll just pitch it down. That could probably fix it. Not really, this drone sucks, so I'm just gonna change the drone sound. Well, actually I like this one, and I'm gonna layer that. Yeah, let's get a tuned ARP, and then I'm gonna turn it into a pad. So I'll show you guys how to do that. So trying to pick like a cool kind of ARP, and we're just gonna like one note it, honestly. And let's get another one. Yeah, let's do this mod drum. Same thing, we're just gonna one note it. Now let's just send these melodies to our mixer, and to do that, just click right here and drag, and then hit Control L, and we're gonna have our sounds on the mixer. And then to that third sound right here, this one, I'm gonna add a bunch of reverb. So let's add a fruity convolver and turn it into a pad. And to do that, go over here to this presets, right click, go to blur, and then use one of these, blur white or blur pink, and it's gonna turn your sound into a pad. So you can turn any sound into a pad just by using this like convolver blur setting right here. You see? And then you can EQ it right here, which basically is gonna, you know, I want to take out some of the highs and keep it more like muddy. You know what I mean? Kind of just like a low ambience. And let's just put some of the dry. Let's just mess with this stuff. Onto that thing too, that like bell kind of thing we have. Let's go back into FX and weird and just see what else we can add. We need a yeet bell. I'll just add some 808 slides just to kind of juice up our 808 a little bit. And to do that, just click right here on this little icon here, and now you basically have a slide note. Let's get a kick. Get another weird. We need something. One more thing. Oh, we're good. So I think the goal for these beats is really not even to make a melody. It's just to pick a bunch of drones and like ARP sounds and to layer them in an interesting way, and then just let your 808 like carry the melody, which is exactly what we did here. I'm gonna add another layer of like drone or ARP or something like that just to make it a little bit more interesting, and then I might try a little freestyle. Yeah, honestly, like look at this melody. There's just a bunch of like drones and like honestly pretty much no notes. Like there really is no melody besides the 808. The 808 is the melody. If like I wanted to really juice it up, I would bounce some of these drones into one shots and then I would like slide them. But I don't really feel like complicating it too much. I think this is cool and I think this gets that vibe, you know? So, you know, sometimes less is more. So we're gonna do two different 808 patterns. So I'm just gonna make this one unique, and to do that, just go over here on this little piano thing right here, click on that and then click make unique. And now when you change this 808 pattern, this 808 pattern will stay the same. We're gonna just edit this one a little bit, just make it more you know, we'll just space it. And then also what I want to do with this 808 is I'm gonna show you guys how to make any 808 like infinite. So you see how this 808 cuts out before like the note, like I want it to play for longer, but it cuts out just because like the sample is really short. Like you see how it cuts right there. I'm gonna show you guys how to make that any 808 like infinitely go on. So we're just gonna open this editor track right here. So just click on the sound and then right click on it, click edit in audio editor. And now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna zoom in on a section. We want to find a spot that will loop into itself perfectly. Basically we want it to end, like we want it to end where it would start. And to make sure that it doesn't clip, click on this magnet thing, right click on the magnet, and then make sure it's set to snap to zero crossing. That way it basically picks a point right here where at 0, if that makes sense, you know? Let's give this a try. So we have this selected. Let's just right click and go to regions, set loop. So since this 808 isn't in mono, it might clip a little bit. And the way that I know it's not in mono is because like you see how thick these lines are. If the 808 was purely in mono, it wouldn't be as thick. Anyway, and then we have our loop point set. Now let's just go over here to this arrow thing and drag and drop it back into our like sample thing, and make sure loop points is enabled. You see it's infinite, but it clips. So let's just see if we can find a better spot. Let's just drag this in. And remember, you want it to end where it would start.